Well, hello, it's Grandmother Jonette, and it's our May Consciousness Update. I don't know how it got to be May already. So let's look at May. What my guide said is this is a time for purging our survival reflexes. So there's always high solar activity now. We've had the reset from the eclipse. We've got the economic and political insecurities and our own growth, because so many of us are kind of in the spin cycle of the wash machine, is that our own shadows are coming up left and right. So our survival reflexes are in our face. And May is a really good time to, instead of hiding from them, to really tackle the things that have been ingrained in us for so long. So all that's happening is triggering these survival instincts. So I just want to remind you, you are okay. The world, in spite of everything you think you might see, the world is okay. It's on track, it's evolving, it's growing. So you were born now because you volunteered for this process of rapid growth. And, we're in the middle of it, and we're kind of in, for a while, the ugly part of it. So May. Today's May 2nd. Yesterday was May Day, and that's the energies of Beltaine, the Celtic ceremonies of fires, not just one bonfire, but the Celts would build two bonfires and move in between them and drive their cattle in between them. So Beltaine, or May Day, is the energy of purging, burning off, cleansing the darkness of the winter. But it's also a time of fertility. Now there's fertility rites. So we've got both of these happening. Our shadows are there in our face, and yet this compunction, this push to create, to be abundant. So it's a fascinating time. So with this energies of May, it's really about deep karmic cleansing. And that's what this whole year has been about and will continue to be about. So our shadows and insecurities are illuminated, especially this month. So I invite you to ask yourself, what are your survival strategies? And we have a lot of them. So survival's been our goal forever, and we're moving from this period of survival for humanity to evolution, to growth. But we were still created, our bodies were created in the survival mode. So right now, so much is getting triggered, especially you think you've been on a spiritual path and you thought you dealt with it, and now something's in your face and it's uglier than before because you thought you dealt with it. So if you're around, grab a pen and or pause this if you're listening to recorder, get a pen and a piece of paper, because I want to ask you to reflect on, what are your survival strategies? So I asked myself those questions, and probably my survival strategies are a lot of yours as well. So these are mine, but they may be yours. One is trying to be perfect, a good girl. That's a deeply rooted survival strategy in a lot of us. So write that down if that's what's coming up for you, or what's not working anymore. Another one is hiding yourself, hiding your power, hiding your gifts. That's been perhaps appropriate in the past, but especially this month, there's cracks in those survival strategies. Conforming. I guess that's another part of being a good girl. Conforming, keeping quiet. Another survival strategy to look at for yourself is leaving your body. Not being present. I can't handle all this. I'm a spiritual being. Leaving your body. So all these are coming up in your face now. And if they're not, I invite you to write them down and let them come up in your face, because we can't heal these shadows until we acknowledge them. Another one, just shutting down, depression. I can't cope. Another survival strategy, fighting. Or if you're not a fighter, the inner fighter that doesn't express itself is anger. So fighting and anger are really the same strategy for survival. And another part is, if you can't even allow yourself to fight or be angry, the shadow part of that is blame. So again, this May, look at blame. How often are you not taking responsibility? So other ways we've survived is become over mental, frozen, distracted, over responsible. Maybe I can stay safe if I make sure I'm controlling, over responsible. Opposite of that is checking, and we do them all. Checking out. And one way we check out and don't take responsibility is by getting sick. Getting sick. Oh, I don't have to do this because I'm sick. So, these are all ugly. It's really time to look at them. Denial in whatever way. So just remember that we've been programmed for survival. And now as we move into these really high evolutionary frequencies, they have to be cleared from us. We have to have a reset and make sure that those mechanisms aren't reflexes still. And what we don't handle mentally with these reflexes, our body handles. So you might say, no, I don't have any of these mechanisms of being safe. Well, you may not think you do, but your body has been holding them. So this is also an opportunity to look at, what is your body telling you? So May is about not escaping anymore. So what I'm noticing, and I invite you to notice, especially now as we take our fires of illumination, our torches of illumination, and really look in the closets, look in the shadows with our torch, that the other thing our body carries is a lot of knots. I'm not good enough. I don't want this. I do not want this. We carry a lot of negatives, what we don't want. Those knots, N-O-T-S, become knots as in K-N-O-T-S, knots. So notice what your body's been trying to tell you, and find time this month for some body support, long walks, some body work, some massages that you've been putting off. Really make body and body release a priority. I'm giving you permission to spend some money on yourself. A priority this month. It's going to be supported. So when we clear all this stuff, our automatic survival reflexes, then the question is, what superpowers did those reflexes give us? What superpowers did survival give us? And those superpowers might be clarity, they might be inner strength, they might be your inner vision, they might be your groundedness or your power. So when you still have your pen, I'd like you to write down, what superpowers do I have from all these struggles in all these lifetimes? And it takes some time with this, because sometimes our superpowers have been hidden because for so long we couldn't show them. So really look at your strengths. And then the next question, once you can look at them, is, can I own the strengths that have been given to me because of my traumas. Now that everything's illuminated, now that I'm purging in these fires, can I own my strengths without having to go through the darkness again? So May is also, it's bursting forth of spring. It's all that latent energy that was under the ground. The sun's now warm. Things are bursting out of you. Give yourself room for the bursting and to be in awe. Like, wow, I had no idea I was that. I had no idea he was that. I had never seen that in them. So give yourself permission to be in awe in this rebirth, this bursting in the energies of May. My astrologer friends tell me that, and I always do a call out to Morgan McKenna of Origins Astrology, originsastrologer.com. She's talking about today Pluto goes retrograde, and it's retrograde till October. And what that's about is Pluto deconstructs. It's a deep transformation. But when it's retrograde, what's being asked to deconstruct is these deep things that we've been hiding, our survival reflexes. So through October, there's a lot of transformation, a lot of deconstruction, but it's the deeper things that we have access to now. So give yourself quiet time where you can really find, where you're not distracted, where you can really find what's being deconstructed and choose what you want the new foundation to be, the new construction. I just had a friend leave this morning. I'm in Sedona, and he was telling me about a 10-day retreat in the darkness. And he's the second person who told me about 10 days where you're in a hotel in the darkness and someone puts food under your door. I mean, how frightening is that? But how transformative to actually be with yourself. So that's my invitation for you for May. And just know we are supported. These are tough times. And because we're digging through the crap, we're supported. The world is okay. You are okay. The spiritual growth that I'm seeing in people in my personal sessions or in my master's class is so phenomenally fast. So you're ready. We're ready to be in this cyclone and really be supported. Let me look. Oh, one other point to make is, one thing to be clear of is to stop trying to attract abundance, the new job, the man in your life. When we work so hard in attracting, we are saying that something is not within us already. So I invite you to, after the purging fires of Beltaine of May, to be that fire, be that creational power that you are abundant, you are a spiritual being, you are all those things you want. And let us unhook ourselves from the handcuffs of our wanting and really try to be in your being. A couple announcements to support you in this month, but in this whole year. We have our ongoing Mark class, channeled class on Mondays of grace in the energies of the 11th dimension, which is transcendence. So I've had so many new people join our grace class, and it's beyond expectations, the places we can go to in this field we've been building together for me, 35 years. And you can join anytime. Just find the Mark classes on our website and jump in. You don't have to have started at any place. except now. And the other thing we're doing on Sunday, May 19th, is just a quick 3-hour seminar on Zoom called Walking Your Soul's Path. It's $46, 3 hours. It'll be recorded if you can't make it on Sunday the 19th. It's not on my website yet because our Zoom link was not working, and we're working with our Zoom link providers. So by tomorrow, you should be able to buy the Walking Your Soul's Path. Again, 3 hours, Sunday recorded, and $46. And one of the things we're going to do in that Walking Your Soul's Path, it's a new workshop, I've never done it before, is something that the guides are showing me called ignition spirals, where these spirals come up from the earth and just are like the key in the ignition. It just starts something that clears us and opens our power so quickly. It's astonishing. So we're going to play with that. You all, we are halfway between the equinox and the solstice, this time of the early May. May you be happy. May you be abundant. May you be grace. May you be whole. And may you be you. Thank you and namaste. We'll see you next month.